morning and happy Halloween. Thanks for being with us. I'm Heather Abraham.
And I'm Ron Smiley.
It's a big day in the weather department, you know.
It is.
You know, sometimes we think about like Christmas. Is it going to snow on Christmas?
Right,
4th of July.
Steelers games.
Steelers games.
Yeah.
But Halloween is right up there because we have to be outside trick-or-treating.
It's nice. This one's kind of an easy one.
It is, and it's cold. So what is it going to be like?
Well, we were looking at temperatures generally mid to low 40s. We're going to be looking at also kind of breezy conditions this afternoon, but some sunshine for the afternoon hours and for trick-or-treating out there, mid to low 40s.
Okay, so the other big question, and we're going to get more on your forecast in a little bit. Do you like scary movies?
I do, but I am that person. I can't go to like the theater to watch a scary movie because I laugh all the way through it. Like I enjoy the bad acting, and it is just so funny to me. So it's better if I go to kind of like a lighter, scary movie.
Because while people are screaming, you are laughing.
Yes.
Okay.
I ruin the movie.
How about this? There was a recent study that looked at what happens when we watch scary movies, and it turns out that it can actually be good for our health. Time magazine reported this. Heart-pounding thrills from scary movies can actually help us burn calories and be in a happier mood.
Okay.
How about that?
Sounds interesting.
Study showed 10 different films to 10 people. One person watching The Shining jumped and screamed enough to burn 184 calories.
That's hard to do. That's
That's
like half a mile.
Right. And the study also showed the health benefits depend on how scary the movie is and how much you like being scared. So I guess if you don't like being scared, you know.
You never answered the question. Do you like being scared?
Not really, no. Not anymore.
What's the last scary movie you've watched? I'm putting you on the spot.
The Conjuring.
Okay.
And it was
that sounds really
so scary.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It'll make you cry.
Okay.
You know, like not want to keep your legs outside of the blanket scared. Right?
Awesome.
At night?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of this leads us to our first guest today with a list of his top favorite scary movies for Halloween. We want to welcome KDKA's resident film critic, Dr. Drew Moniot. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I've got a list here, but let's start at the top.
Okay.
One of the movies that absolutely scared the wits out of me, Night of the Living Dead, shot right here locally back in 1968, George Romero, which kind of defined the modern day zombie genre movie. Can't underestimate the importance of this movie, how it's changed and influenced everything going forward. Recognizable locations. I remember seeing this at the Roxy Theater in Slippery Rock. And what was chilling about this, not just the fact that it was grotesque and gory and all that, but all these locations seemed like all this stuff was happening right outside the theater.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was scarier for people in the area than it was for anybody else anywhere else in the country.
You know what's going on and where it's happening.
Exactly. So when you walk out of the theater, you're thinking these things are lurking in the shadows. Absolutely frightening. And again, groundbreaking on so many levels, but just stuff that nobody had ever seen. I mean, the level of gore and goriness, and the fact it was in black and white, it looked like a documentary film, made it gritty and real.
Right.
Absolutely terrifying.
That is much different than your movie. Much different here. Tell people what yours is.
Well, you know, I was saying that I like those, movies like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I know they're not really scary.
Like teenage scary movies. Is that what you're saying?
Trying to say. Yeah, the fun ones, you know. So I don't want anything too deep and too scary.
I noticed in your list, also on your list, a lot of older films.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go back. I mean, the movie Halloween. Talk about Halloween.
Great.
But the John Carpenter film, very scary, with Jamie Lee Curtis in her breakout role.
Right.
This one low budget, but the scary music in this one. Music is such a big part of some of these scary movies. John Carpenter wrote the track for this one, and in the end, it's about the boogeyman. This creature can't be killed. This character, Michael Myers, he comes back in. There's now a total of 10 of these movies. The movie series is unstoppable and is unkillable as the main character. But this one, absolutely terrifying and just creepy. Can
I ask you also, one of the interesting things, because you were saying, and we're going to find out from your list, some of these are older movies. What is it about these older movies that just kind of got it right?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's all about story, it's about context. I'll tell you what, some of the older movies were smart enough not to show you too much of
And that was what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it could be too gory.
Less is more. Less is more. Sometimes leaving a lot to your imagination is what's really terrifying. We'll talk about that. Well, let's go back to all the way to like 1931, Frankenstein. This was a movie by Universal Studios back then. They pretty much cashed in on the monster genre. Their movies included Frankenstein, Dracula, the werewolf, the Mummy, all those came out of Universal Studios in the early 1930s. You know, Frankenstein with Boris Karloff, who really defined that role, but the really bizarre makeup, you know, that just was so chilling. Nobody had seen anything like that, you know, and the fact he was so tall and so menacing, and just the look of that movie, it's stark black and white, you know, it just is creepy, it's bizarre, it's nightmarish, it's unforgettable, it's a classic.
I just love to hear the soundtrack there
right,
as well, just how they talk.
Yeah.
Right, it sounds so awesome. All right, what else you got?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of my favorites, The Day the Earth Stood Still, back in 1951. Now, this is in the wake of Roswell. You know, the people back then thought they had seen, you know, flying saucers in the air. This one, you know, you wonder what would happen if a flying saucer landed in Washington, D.C. in the middle of a normal day. And here comes a guy from another planet who doesn't immediately start killing everybody like, you know, happens in every other, you know, flying saucer movie. He's actually an emissary of peace. He comes to try to basically say to the Earth, look, we know you guys have discovered atomic power and atomic weaponry. You need to use it carefully. If not, we're going to step in and take care of things. What we're talking about here is what you're about to see, the appearance of a 9-foot robot named Gort. The character was played by...
laughing?
Yeah. The guy inside that suit is from Pennsylvania, a guy named Locke Martin, who in real life was 7'4", and they built him up to look like he was 9 feet tall. But the design of the robot and the flying saucer was way ahead of its time. The use of music in this was just chilling. They were using an instrument called a theremin, which is an electronic instrument that made all those weird kind of spacey sounds that became kind of a sci-fi cliche. But that one, to me, back when I saw it, I was about 10 years old when it finally was on television, was just scary.
Did they remake that movie?
Yes, they did with Keanu Reeves. Not worth watching. Just a horrible remake. Not even close to that one.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask about that.
No, that one you laughed at through the whole thing. Rosemary's Baby is on your list.
1968, Roman Polanski, very scary, disturbing. Mia Farrow plays a young woman in New York with her husband, who's an aspiring actor. Suddenly, you know, he's struggling, but suddenly his career turns around on a dime. She finds out later that he has made a pact with the devil, and that includes her giving birth to the Prince of Darkness. So in this movie, initially, she's fearful that something is terribly wrong, something is very evil, but it keeps getting explained away until the very end of the movie when it's inescapable what's happened and what's happened to her. And the movie is absolutely just chilling. The theme, I think, is just unnerving. It's really good.
Such a nice husband, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
No, I haven't either, but now I want to.
A classic.
I'm not watching it with you, though. You're going to laugh through the whole thing. What else do you have? The Exorcist is on your list.
Yeah, 1973, William Friedkin. This one, again, a blockbuster horror film. Maybe Warner Brothers, you know, most profitable film of all time when you factor in for inflation. Based on actual events. That's what made this one scary. Demonic possession, exorcism, good versus evil. What's great about this movie is they get you to buy into it. What's tough in the movies is what they call the suspension of disbelief. You've got to make the audience believe in the theme of your movie. In this case, this 12-year-old girl is acting very bizarre, and at first they think it might be a medical condition. They take her to a doctor. That's not it. They take her to a psychiatrist. That's not it. So suddenly you get to the point where the only way to understand this is in terms of good versus evil. I mean, you know, something that is ancient, something that is eternal. And when you buy into that, this movie becomes very, very creepy. Evil becomes real.
And some of these movies also have the iconic scenes. You have the girl with her head like
spinning,
rotating all the way around.
I was like, please don't show that. Please don't show that. Please don't show that.
And you know what? The sound effects in this movie too. They use sound effects like, you know, bees in a jar. Things that had nothing to do with the movie that just were triggers, you know, that would remind you of scary childhood experiences were mixed into the soundtrack. It's just a remarkable film.
That's stuff that you just don't know about unless you talk to someone like you, Drew.
All right, what number are we on?
Next to the last year, I think the Alien in 1979 with Ridley Scott, trapped on a spaceship in deep space with a terrifying creature that bleeds acid. Nowhere to run. You have to confront this creature. What's great in this one is the creature design, which nobody had ever seen before, from a guy named H.R. Geiger. Just otherworldly, terrifying. The fact that there is nowhere to run. The ads for the movie said, in space, no one can hear you scream. I mean, you're trapped out there. You have to confront this thing or it's going to kill you. Just a remarkably good movie from Ridley Scott.
And it's one of those movies also that you could almost argue the next movie, the sequel, is almost as good as the first one.
With James Cameron, But again, in this case, they held back. You didn't see as much of the alien creature. You kind of saw, you know, just little traces, little glimpses till the very end of the confrontation. Brilliant movie.
Going back to our study on burning calories, that one is one where I burn calories watching. That one makes me scared.
Yeah, the suspense in those movies, especially the first one. I mean, and it's just one Creed. Oh my goodness.
All right, lastly, this is one that most people know about.
The Shining, absolutely. 1980 with Stanley Kubrick, my favorite director. A Stephen King adaptation. Jack Nicholson, nobody plays crazy better than Jack Nicholson. A struggling writer and his family staying at this remote, haunted hotel. When they get snowed in, there's nowhere to go. And the family finds themselves trapped with a guy who is coming unhinged little by little. And again, for the family, they're terrified. There's no way to escape it at some point. And then, of course, you know, he finds out little by little that there are horrible things that have happened at this hotel. But a lot of this, what's interesting about this movie is that it takes place in broad daylight. Here's a case where most horror films take place in dark, creepy, you know, environments. Part of the movie is dark, but a lot of it is broad daylight. And for Kubrick to be able to pull off that kind of terror in that environment is really, you know, remarkable. Yeah.
Good list, good roundup. All right, we want to thank Drew Moniot, our resident KDKA movie reviewer and also a member of the Broadcast Film Critics Association and head of our KDKA TV commercial production team. Thank you for your list.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Up next.